Thanks to the awesome folks over at Saban Films, I got an early screener to check out a movie called Shrapnel that's going to be in select theatres and on Apple TV on July 28th. So I'm very close to that release date as I'm recording this video. Is this movie worth your time? Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Thank you for returning to the channel if you come back once again or if you're brand new. Really appreciate it as we talk about Shrapnel, directed by William Kaufman and starring people such as Patric and Gigandet. This story follows a former Marine who teams up with an old buddy to take down the Mexican cartel who are responsible for his daughter's kidnapping. And just before we carry on with today's review, I would like to say a huge thank you to all my awesome Patreons who help to really support the channel. If you're interested in joining Patreon and if you're interested in buying some merch or checking out my debut book, there is a link down below in the description box you can click where you can find all that good stuff. Over on Patreon, memberships start from only £2 per month. You get access to so much extra content such as early videos, movie reviews, watch parties and so much more. Going into this movie, I only saw the post that was sent to me by Saban Films, so I do want to say a thank you to them for sending me a chance to check out one of their movies early. Really appreciate it. Going into this movie, yeah, knew nothing about it, and what I can ultimately say after watching this movie is I kind of wasted an hour and a half, hour 35 of my life on this one. It's bad, guys. It really is, and I didn't want to come on here and kind of slander and slate this review, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to kind of do that. But before I do, let me try going to a couple of positives here. I mean, the movie's well shot to an extent. Like, the cinematography's nice. There's some nice shot like this landscape and kind of like the set designs that they used and this kind of like ranch location, so to say. Like, it looks nice. It looks the part that they're trying to sell for this aesthetic of the movie, so I'll definitely give it that. Gigandet and Patric are okay. Like, I think they basically kind of just show up here to like do their job and kind of just go home. Like, they know what movie they're getting into. This is just going to be kind of like one of those that is probably going to be mainly streaming kind of movies. And I can't see this one being one where like revitalizes either one of these guys' career or it's going to win them any kind of Oscars anytime soon. I definitely can't see that happening. And that is about it for the positives. So let's get ready for the negatives. Besides those two actors I just mentioned, everyone else in here is just flat out generic or just bad. Like, really bad. And you can even kind of say that about Patric and Gigandet to an extent, to be honest with you. It's just, no one seems believable, right? So, for example, Patric's character, this former Marine, his daughter is being kidnapped and held hostage. So he wants to try to get to the bottom of who has got his daughter. But even throughout the movie, you can't root for this guy or like get behind him to the point you're like, yeah, I really want to see him get his daughter. I want to see the villains get their comeuppance. You just really don't care by the end of it. Like, at least I didn't. Some of the acting and chemistry here, there's just non-existent, guys, to be honest with you. I've got more chemistry with me and my hoodie right now. At least it's snug and it fits, you know, I will say that. But yeah, there's just nothing to latch on to here. I tried to latch on to the music or like the cinematography or this plot, but this action plot has been done in other action movies better, and quite frankly, ones that are memorable in like cinema history, you know, like a John Wick, Mission Impossible, a Taken. This one does absolutely nothing to break the mold to get into that status category. It's just like, yeah, we'll just release this movie, hope it does okay, and that's fine if this is a low budget movie, which it is, and it's fine for if it does find an audience. And you know, there might be some of you guys out there watching this review being like, Mike, you're talking hogwash here. Like, I completely disagree with what you say. That's cool. Let me know in the comment section down below. But then you also have moments in here where there's a big shootout with the cartel shooting the home of the former Marine, and it's just like wood chippings coming out of the screen, but then they like focus in on this kind of like wood house, so to say, and there's absolutely no holes as to where that bullet hole is gone. Instead, you just get like the CG wood chip just flying off the screen, like pew pew pew. And it's just not believable. I've seen better in asylum movies, and if you're new to the channel, I've covered a lot of asylum movies here on the channel, and there were certain points I was like, wow, these asylum movies I've seen in the past is far better than this Wish Wash I'm watching right now. It was bad. This movie really should have been shortened down by at least 10-15 minutes easily. I mean, there's one shot where we literally get like a 2-minute scene near enough of Jason Patric driving his car to get to his house, and I was like, well, what significance does this really play right now? He's just left the border. Why have you not got one shot of him maybe in the car? The next shot of him like pulling up outside of his house. We could have saved a minute and like 45 seconds here just doing that, and that would have just got us along a little bit there quicker to get to that finish line. But ultimately, I felt like as the movie was keep going on, the finish line was like getting further and further away instead of being pulling in closer. It seemed as if this was going to go on for like 3 hours. Like, that's how I felt with this movie. So unfortunately, I absolutely cannot recommend Shrapnel. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you like these actors and you want to support this movie, I'm not going to say to you don't, you're your own person. But as for me personally, and you guys are thinking like, watching this review, should I check this one out? No. There's no. So my overall score for Shrapnel is a 0.5 star out of 5. Have you guys seen this movie? Are you going to check it out? Leave any and all comments down below so I can continue discussion with you down there. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel by clicking the red button down below, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.